All right. So it was a pretty interesting week that we had, and my analysis was sort of on point, but um, it was not as planned that I thought about it. But as I said over and over again, patience is key. You will and you must wait until you reach your setup. Okay. And don't get FOMO. So last week, right here, you guys can check it out one more time. And I'm gonna send the link right upper on the left corner. And it's pretty interesting to watch this, okay, before you going to complain and say, hey, you don't know how to trade, okay? So GBP AUD, so it's supposed to go down last week, but as I said, some of the trades may not work out in this coming week, but the next coming week. And it went back up. And then now it's slowly and surely coming back down on the daily time frame. Okay. So on the 4 hour time frame, it was a little bit choppy. It went up and down, up and down, up and down. I think it will come back down. So we need to have a break and a retest, and then we can sell. Okay, so on the NZD USD, so I was totally wrong on my prediction. But as I said, we have to wait for confirmations. Once we clearly have a confirmations, that would be a much better trade to buy. Okay, so it went all the way down until it hits on my other AOI, the support level on the daily and the 4 hour support level. So then we have the GBP NZD. So GBP NZD was pretty interesting. So I did draw a 1 hour support resistance level right here. But last week we were literally right over here. So I thought it's gonna have a break, a retest, and then it's gonna push down. But then it was trying to test the other resistance level, which was up here. So now it is basically ready to come down. So now we have AOD JPY, and AOD JPY was also interesting. And I actually marked right over here if we look on the 4 hour time frame. So last week I said if JPY can break and then retest, okay, it has to break on the 1 hour time frame, come back down to reach the test in order to let the buyer knows, okay, we got in control, and then to push back up. But it didn't turn in that way. So it was actually good trade in order not to trade because we need to wait for our confirmation. And then we have GBP USD. So GBP USD went straight back down. And actually, I wanted to take the trade because it literally did retest back to the AOI, back to the resistance level. But it was, I believe it was what time? At 7 o'clock. Okay. So I was dreaming around that time during the London session. So I could have taken the trade and I would have gotten a risk reward around 124.5. Okay, so the realistic approach is always a 1 to 2 over here. But if you want to take a higher risk, you would have gotten so much more. Okay, so the daily time frame. So the daily time frame of the GBP CAD was also pretty interesting. So if we look at on the 4 hour, it has actually a very beautiful lower high and lower low. Okay, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it was actually predictable because we had our head and shoulders here, shoulder, head, and shoulder break, and then it did retest way up higher, but then it eventually it came back down. And then last but not least, the Euro USD. So the Euro USD was a beast. So basically, I think it was during the Asia session on Monday, it literally went straight back down without any retesting. Even on the 4-hour time frame, it went down, went down, went down. There was no retest back to the resistance level. Like, yeah, boom, it never came back up. Went straight down and then straight down right over here. So it would have been a good trade. So if Euro USD came back to the resistance level, I would have made 1 out of 9.58. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is always, always wait for your setup, always wait for your confirmation, and always be patient. Okay. I understand about the FOMO effect. I've done it for over a year. Okay. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And this is just a gamble. So I don't want to gamble anymore. Wait for your setup, wait for your confirmation, and be patient. And if you miss the trade, there are many other trades out there. Every single day, you have an opportunity to make money. All right. So please check out the previous video, and then you can see more what I have talked about these 5 trades in detail. Okay. I will see you in the next one. And remember, you execute, you gain, you succeed. Bye bye.